Hi, I'm Josie, Raby, and I'm from Peace Lutheran Church in Stillville, Illinois, and I'd like to share my testimony with you today. I've been attending Leadership Lab for about 9 years, I believe, since around 2014, and I definitely do not look the same as I did in the past. I was in a horrific motorcycle accident along with my boyfriend. We were hit by a young man in a car. I do not remember anything from the accident except getting on the back of his bike, and then I woke up in a hospital. I found out later at the hospital that I had broke my left foot and ankle as well as my right ankle. So I ended up having a couple of surgeries, and unfortunately my left foot just wasn't hanging on anymore. So the surgeons tried to save my foot by amputating my pinky toe and my fork toe. Fortunately, that also did not work. I was very unhappy with the way that my foot looked after that surgery, and I was told by the surgeon I was going to be very unhappy and in a lot of pain, and that I would have to keep coming back but I was told that I would have to keep coming back and that I was going to have probably multiple surgeries and a lot of pain, and that was not something I was looking forward to. So I went ahead and I came to terms with amputating my lower left leg. Since then, I have struggled with feeling alone. I have felt very unconfident, and I'm not confident in my body, not confident in myself. I did, however, change that. I can explain to you that after receiving my leg, I did learn how to walk again, which brought a lot of more excitement and a lot of funny laughs and jokes along the way. But even though it was getting easier, I still felt different, and I still felt like I just wasn't me. And it was definitely taking a toll on me. I joined in on Zoom Lab of July last year, and thankfully that week helped me because I had came out of surgery and I came out of the hospital, and that week had helped me like it always has in the past. And it made me feel like I was a part of something again, a part of a group and a part of a community, like I was something and I was accepted. And I believe this fits this year's theme, because this theme is that you are not alone. And to this day, I am always reminded how lucky I am and that Christ is always with me. And I am never, ever going to be alone. I used to struggle a lot fitting in and growing up in high school. I always wanted to try to fit into all these groups, and I tried too hard. But every time I did come back to lab, from my first year till now, I have always felt the opposite. I have always felt accepted. I've always felt a part of a family, and God in lab made me feel whole. And I struggled a lot with depression and anxiety. One summer at Leadership Lab in around 2019, that year changed my life, and I felt lost and alone that year. And it definitely made me aware that God works in mysterious ways, and He just picks up the pieces and puts you back together. But this past summer, after the accident, I never really questioned, why me, God? Why are you putting me through this? I realized He chose me, and He knows that I have went through a lot in my past, and because of that, it makes me who I am today. I am strong, and I am courageous, and I am powerful. In all the light of things, He did end up choosing me. And the fact that He chose me makes me want to use this platform and use this as taking the bad and making it into something great. In from Psalms chapter 86, verse 10, it says, "For you are great and do marvelous deeds. You alone are God." And you see, God is in us every single day. Every single person at Lab has been touched by God. We all have testimonies, we all have stories, and I'm sure if every single person in that room at Lab walked up and shared their testimonies, we all would be seeing the face of God. And He is constantly in our presence. Alone but not lonely is like what I like to say. I know with everyday struggles we do feel alone. I feel it almost every day sometimes. I've always never really known what I wanted to do in life, or as we like to say, when I grow up, I want to be. I went to college and I played college softball, and I thought I wanted to do accounting and work in a bank. Unfortunately, none of that made me really happy, and I realized college softball just never really measured up to what I wanted, and I didn't feel like it was leading me down the right path. After the accident, all that changed. I started to see things in a different way, and I started to see that my disability actually had saved me. I believe that God intended for me to find the good. I struggled with forgiving the person who hit us. And it did take me a while. I was so angry. I wanted him to feel every single thing that I felt, and I sometimes do, but I was offered a chance to look at things differently with the help of God. I believe things happen for a reason. I was given the chance to help inspire others like me. I now work at a clinic called Hanger Clinic for Prosthetics and Orthotics. I see patients every day like me. I like to share my story a lot with the amputees that walk in and make them feel as if they are not alone. The job has brought so much healing and a better look at life. Now I have forgiven the person who took a piece of me away, and I am thankful for it because now I feel like I have reached my calling. I strive to be the person that He intended me to be and to share this story. I hope that you all know that you are never alone. He is there taking you through every single step in that day, and please find the good in the bad. See through His perspective and continue to walk through faith. Take it one day at a time because God is always with you. We are all with you, and you are never alone. And as I like to say, God is my prosthetic leg, and He helps me take each step every single day. When God brings you to it, He pulls you through it. From Isaiah 43, verse 2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. Christ is always with you. You are never alone. I ask you all to pray this day for all those struggling and feeling alone. Let us be reminders to one another that we aren't alone. I challenge you all to go back home and tell somebody or a stranger or someone in your family that they too are not alone. Thank you.